because it protects
So, I mean,
you.
the thing is that you're making value judgments nonstop every day, and a lot of them are for the purpose of survival. And so, since that is the case, and that's hardwired into you, why wouldn't you make value judgments about appearance? Why wouldn't you make value judgments about things that you see patterns in? For instance, people who generally aren't taking good care of themselves, they could look very nefarious to you. And generally speaking, you're probably right. You're probably right. And so that's why those value judgments are there, right?
You're trailing off. First, we were talking about looks.
Yeah, I know, but it's all intertwined to the idea of a value judgment. I think that the looks value judgment is based around women competing with each other. And so if they're going to compete with each other, if another woman is doing something that they think makes them more attractive and would look good on them, they will adopt that thing. That is a value judgment. Or if a woman sees that another woman doesn't do the thing that they think would make them more attractive, that is also a value judgment, right? All of those are value judgments.
So I forget if I've used this example here before, but I don't think any woman is in competition with any other woman because one person's a fucking steak, the other person's Chinese food. Both are great, right?
But then you judge them.
But
right,
some
if you say
people
that.
just want steak and they don't want Chinese food.
Oh, okay. Well, let's
But
find
then
out
you
if that's
do
true.
judge them on that basis.
That, let's find out if that's true. So just a quick show of hands on the panel, including you, who just made the case for this. If you found two men and they were equal in almost always, they were equal in looks, they had equal money, they had equal everything, they equally treated you well, but one was 6'2" and the other one was 5'4", would you prefer the 6'2" man? Show of hands.
That's a tall guy.
Which one are we preferring?
Ooh, you would. You'd
It's
prefer
hard
the
to say.
6'2" man. All things. Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah,
That
but I
is
just
so
said
odd.
I do value judgment men. I already said
That's
that.
right. Well, you're making value. So the point is, though, is that you're making value judgments based around universal preferences, and the universal preference is that you would prefer your men to be taller than you. So if one is shorter than you, 5'4", another one's taller than you, 6'2", you would prefer the one who's 6'2". It's a
Well,
value
5'4"
assessment based on a universal preference.
5'4" is still taller than me, and so it doesn't really fucking matter. My
Well,
7
why'd you
years
raise your hand for the 6'2"?
because I would still prefer him.
Right. So you
the
made a
Bible-
universal value judgment. There you go.
Against men, which I already said I do, but
It's not against men. This is a value judgment for you.
Your first
not against
example,
men.
your first example of value judgment was if I sit down with a table of women, am I gonna judge them? Oh, her outfit's
Yeah.
fucked up. Her nails aren't done. Her hair's ugly. No, I don't do that.
But judgment
Well,
is
to
that's
some,
what
but
it
to,
doesn't
to
have to
some
be
degree.
negative.
It's not
So hang on.
negative.
He said though. That's what
so
he's
let's
saying.
let's untangle two different ideas here. Idea one, it doesn't mean in your head you're brutal about it, right? But you are making value judgments and value assessments. If another woman has, for instance, what you think is a cute outfit, will you go buy that cute outfit?
Yeah.
Would I go buy her cute outfit?
If you think she's wearing a cute outfit, would you then go and buy that cute outfit if you thought it would look good on you?
Have I done it before? Yes.
Yeah, that's a value judgment. Do you see what I'm saying? That's a value
Okay,
judgment.
so then when it comes to women, I do value judgment, but it's not in a negative way. Which the table of ladies next to me, they're confused. They said it doesn't have to be negative, but you said that you were speaking about value judgment in a negative way, correct?
Well,
Well, no,
values are
I
negative
think
and
it can be
positive.
done both ways.
Now
but
you're
generally
backtracking.
speaking,
You're
I
backtracking.
think any woman who feels like she's being judged thinks it's going to be a negative, whether it's positive or a negative from your personal assessment. I think that they're just not going to want to get judged at all, right? Isn't that what you said earlier, that you would prefer to just not be judged?
Yes, but she wants to say
so
something.
that's my point.
I think we all judge unconsciously. I think women are competing with each other as well because men fall for what they see and women fall for what they hear. That's why we wear makeup, we do plastic surgery. That's not always for ourselves, right? Sometimes to impress a man or increase our market value. So I think we do unconsciously compete with each other. If you want it or not, we do.
I think also it's like you can form your opinions and that's fine, but you can be respectful about it. You know, maybe I don't like someone. This has happened to me before. I didn't like a girl. I respectfully told her like, hey, you know, I don't think our energies meshed well. I don't think we should be friends, you know. And it wasn't me being disrespectful. It's just an observation to protect myself. So opinions are important. so that way you can set boundaries and you can protect yourself and everything like
Well, I
that.
think that's different than a value judgment. Maybe I'm understanding like incorrectly.
How's
but
that not a value judgment?
I thought you said value judgment is based purely off of looks.
No, it's based purely upon assessments of behavior or assessments of things which go against your preferences or go towards your preferences.
Oh, then,
a
yes.
a value judgment is anything. Stopping at a stop sign is you assessing. That's a value judgment. You're assessing the value of you stopping there versus not stopping there. That's value judgment would go into every form of human activity. We're always making judgments on the value of the behavior of the people around us and the behavior that we're engaging in. So, for instance, if you've ever said, I don't want to drink tonight because I have to work in the morning, that's a value judgment. You're saying, okay, I'm going to weigh these two options. Do I want to go to work without a headache or do I want to go to work with a headache? Right? So which one has more value to me? That's a value judgment.
It's also for self-protection, right? You judge.
It can
for
be,
yourself.
sure. I think that value judgments are made all the time for the purposes of protecting yourself.
Also,
Absolutely.
I will say, Andrew, you are a professional debater because you are so great at like making people think that you started off with that subject, but actually ending it somewhere else.
Then bring it back.
Because your first example that you gave me was if you sit down with a group of girls, are you not
Yeah.
going to judge them? You said outfit, nails, hair, and now you're saying a value judgment is based off of everything.
But it could be
So I'm
positive.
responding. So first of all, I'm responding to 4 different conversations and 4 different people who injected their opinion. But going right back to the beginning, let's take it all the way back to the beginning. Did I not ask every woman here to raise their hand if this is an activity they engaged in? And all of them raised their hand, including you. So what is the argument then?
You just trailed off.
Crickets,
You trailed
crickets.
off.
Nothing,
You trailed
nothing. You
off.
got nothing. You have nothing at all. You have nothing to say. Just completely wrecked. And you have nothing.
Because as you said, you addressed 4 different arguments from all the other ladies who had an opinion.
And I just addressed yours.
Yes, the first topic we were talking about where you judge purely based off looks, meaning what they're wearing, their hair, their nails. And I'm talking about specifically just women. I don't do that. Oh, I'm prettier than her. Oh, she's prettier than me. I don't do that. Like she said, what did you say? You said comparison is...
Oh, yeah, comparison is the thief of joy.
Comparison is a thief of joy. I believe that. But I still judge people off of their actions. I think that speaks a lot more than what they look like.
Really? So you don't ever sit down with other women and ever go, oh, wow, her hair is frayed. Her nails are not really looking very good today. Her outfit is really not well put together. You're the only one who doesn't fucking do that. You go ahead and lie to me and tell me that. Go ahead.
I already answered that question. I said no.
No, answer it again.
I say no, I don't do that
Yeah,
because
no,
I think
you
it's
don't.
ugly.
Okay.
I think it's ugly.
Sure.
I'm serious.
And how many people you think believe you right now?
I don't
exactly
care.
0, including even the women at the table with you don't fucking believe you.
Because
and
they don't
you
do that
even believe
themselves.
it. You're
Because
just
they don't do that
arguing to argue.
themselves.
I believe you.
Thank you. Like, I genuinely don't do that. I think it's fucking ugly. I don't think we should do that. We're not in competition with anyone at this table
Sure.
or anyone outside of this table. And that's
Okay.
I think it's just a biological thing. Like, it's not ugly or it's not.
And
like,
it's something-
mean. Like, it's just. It happens.
It's something that you have to unteach yourself, like she said.
You have to be conscious when you're doing that. And
No,
it's
that's not
creating
what
a
she said. What
bias.
she said is that she understands that she even does this, but she tries conscientiously to recognize that she's doing this. To stop it doesn't mean she doesn't do it. You're making a different claim. Your claim is, I just don't do that. And it's like, okay, fine. You're the only woman on planet Earth, the only woman here on the panel, even though you raised your hand earlier and said you did, who doesn't do that. It's
Against
totally
men.
believable. I totally believe you. The chat totally believes you. Every woman here totally. I believe you, girl.